My name is Heather Bellisario, and I am the student ombuds at Brock.
Nice. So what exactly is ombuds?
What is ombuds? That's a great question, and that is a question that students always ask me when they come to see me. So essentially, I offer independent, impartial, and confidential support for Brock students. They can come to me for any concerns about university policies, practices, or procedures.
So what are some reasons a student might need to access ombuds?
Students can reach out to me for any concern. Any current Brock undergraduate or graduate student can come to me. And essentially, the Student Ombuds Office is a place for students to have a confidential conversation. They can ask their questions, they can review their concerns with me, and they can also look at what their options are for any concern that they have. So if a student is navigating a process, for example, if they have received an allegation of academic misconduct and they have questions about the procedure, they can come to me. If they have questions about a grade appeal or a backdated withdrawal, they can also reach out to me for that, but they can also come to me for any question that they have a concern with if it has to do with a Brock policy.
Okay, how would a student access ombuds?
So the best way to connect with me is through my website, brocku.ca/ombuds. On that site, there is a contact form, and students can fill out the form and give me a brief overview of what their concern is. That form goes directly to me, and when I receive it, I will reach out to them to schedule a meeting so that we can chat one-on-one.
Awesome. I used ombuds as a student, and it honestly helped me graduate, and so I think it's a really important service. Thank you so much for sharing.
I'm really happy to hear that, Fiona. Thank you for having me.
My name is Davina. I work for personal counseling. You can find us on the 4th floor of Schmoen Tower. And you can get to us from taking the elevator in Rankin Family Pavilion. So you don't want to take the elevator right in the library, but more outside of the library. So if you take the elevator to the 4th floor, we share it with the Student Accessibility Services office. So to the left of the elevators, you'll find personal counseling. So ST402.
So what is personal counseling? What do they do for students?
So personal counseling provides short-term therapy to any registered Brock student, regardless of undergraduate or graduate program. The only stipulation is that you need to be taking at least a minimum of 1.5 credits. Some exceptions do apply to that rule, so if you are unsure about your eligibility, just reach out to us at counseling@brocku.ca, coming to see me in the office, or calling, and we can check about your eligibility requirements. In terms of the type of therapy we provide, our team is comprised of various health professionals. They use a variety of different therapeutic modalities such as cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, internal family systems, and they might use one or a combination of those approaches to help you support your goals for counseling, because everybody really works to meet the students with where they're at.
So why might a student need to approach personal counseling? Like, what reasons might they have to go there?
Yeah. Honestly, there are a variety of reasons students can come to personal counseling. Oftentimes, people feel that they only need to talk about academic concerns, but really no topic is off of the table. So you might come to us if you're having concerns about academic performance. Maybe you're struggling with procrastination, time management, organization. Maybe you're having test and exam related anxiety. We address academics as well as anything going on in your personal life. So maybe you're having struggles with your interpersonal relationships. That could include relationship with family, friends, roommates, other students, professors. Other things include maybe you're struggling with a mental health diagnosis or struggling with your mental health in general and you're unsure of who to talk to about it or where to really go for support. Maybe you're questioning your sexuality. Maybe you're questioning your gender identity. We have resources to connect you to the right people to navigate those things, to discuss those things. So really no topic is off limits.
Awesome. That's really great to know that everything is on the table and there's no specific reason that you need in order to go to personal counseling. How would a student access the services there?
Yeah, honestly, the quickest way to connect with the counselor is just by connecting with one of our telehealth partners. So you can call the number to schedule ongoing appointments. You can also email counseling@brocku.ca. You can call the office or come and see me. We can chat a little bit more about what you might be looking for so that we can make sure we're pointing you in the right direction in terms of who would be a good provider for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all this valuable information. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So today I'm here at the Black Student Success Center. Do you want to introduce yourself and your role here?
Yes, so my name is Dawn and I'm the Wellness Navigator for the Black Student Success Center and in collaboration with Student Wellness and Accessibility.
So what does a Wellness Navigator do?
So I offer one-on-one appointments with students to discuss anything academic, social, and navigate them to different services on campus. I also host various wellness workshops throughout the year.
So why might a student need a Wellness Navigator?
So a student might reach out to me if they are just having trouble finding a certain service on campus, or if they just want to discuss anything wellness, anything to do with their academics, their social life.
So how would a student access your service?
So a student can access our services through the Student Wellness and Accessibility site under the Wellness Navigators tab, or through Brock's HRE website under Counseling for Diverse and Racialized Students, or through our BSSE Instagram page.
Awesome. Do you want to introduce yourself and your role at the BSSE?
Sure. So I'm EVA. I'm a peer assistant at the BSSC. And as a peer assistant, aside from the obvious of assisting my peers, I do a number of things. I help maintain the space. I help plan a number of events. I help direct students to a number of resources as well on campus that we partner with. And I also serve as like a mentor to some of the students that come into the center as well.
So what is the BSSE for?
So the BSSC is essentially a holistic space on campus that I would say serves as a one-stop shop for everything. Students come in here for academic, social, and wellness supports.
So what do you do at the BSSC?
We also host a number of events, from bracelet making workshops to bowling nights. We also do like hair oil and perfume oil making as well.
How does a student access the BSSE?
So students can access the BSSC by emailing us, they can message us on Instagram, or they can simply walk in. We're located right across the Starbucks in Market Hall.
Nice. Do you want to start by introducing yourself and your role?
Sure. So my name's Rianne, and I'm a peer-to-peer health educator here at the Wellness Hub.
So what is the Wellness Hub? What is it for?
So the Wellness Hub is a peer-to-peer support space for students to come. It's a safe space that we have under Student Wellness and Accessibility Center. It's a place where students can just come hang out, do homework, or come get support from another peer.
And why might a student come to the Wellness Hub?
There's many reasons. So sometimes it's, to rant about roommate drama. Maybe they're stressed about classes. Maybe they're looking for a resource on campus that they don't know how to access, and we can help them with that. We also do free and confidential STI testing every Wednesday, as well as Loud and Proud here at the Hub. That's just an affirming space for queer students every Thursday from 5 to 7. So there's lots of different reasons. We also have like coloring and video games, just a space to really unwind and maybe talk to somebody.
And how does a student get to the Wellness Hub? How do you access this service?
So we're a little bit hidden, but if you go down the market stairs, like the big staircase, you kind of walk down, and on the left of the stairs, you're going to see all these glass windows and doors, and we're the last one on the left. So that's Thistle 134, and we're open Monday to Friday from 11 to 5.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Faith. I am a senior tutor with Learning Services, meaning that I have worked the last 3 years with the department. I'm supporting students with their academics. Currently, I oversee the drop-in tutoring hours for general academic support, as well as any social science, sociology, criminology type courses I can help students with. And I also facilitate the Learning Services workshops that take place online and in the library.
Hi, I'm Sung. I do the same thing as Faith, but just a couple more different hats that I wear. So I am a senior tutor, but for computer science and math. So I facilitate those drop-in hours, and I also am a peer facilitator, but mainly for first-year computer science students with their academic integrity workshops. And I'm also a one-on-one tutor, which means that I support students more one-on-one with their courses in mathematics and computer science.
So what is learning services and what service do you guys provide?
So learning services is pretty self-explanatory as it says. It's services that students can come to help their academics, any sort of learning challenges they might be having, or if they just simply want to get better grades or just really improve their academic skills. We offer all sorts of workshops, drop-in hours, tutoring, one-on-one services for students to come and just develop their skills as a student.
Awesome. And how does the student access learning services?
So we have a page on Brock's website. So if you look up Learning Services Brock University, that's the first link that shows up for our services to be booked for one-on-one sessions or consultations, either online or in person. We're located in Thistle 129, which is right opposite the Market Hall, like just down the stairs. And people can just come in. We have our hours every week, Monday to Thursday, 11 to 6. So people can walk in, ask someone at the desk any of the questions that they have. If they need help booking any sessions, we can do that as well. And then Fridays, that's 11 to 4. We also have an Instagram, which is just Brock Learning Services, and that's monitored and updated daily. So people can look at what we sort of offer, what are the drop-in hours, what are our workshops for the week, and stuff like that. And we also have a tutoring inbox, which is learning@brocku.ca. And so if people have any sort of questions, they can just email us and we'll get back to them ASAP.
Okay, great information to know. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
So do you want to start by introducing yourself and your role at Hadid Again Haas?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Bronson at Hadid Again Haas. I'm a peer assistant. That basically means I do a little bit of everything, from greeting people to giving resources to introducing you to people at the center that are at a different position, whether they're the wellness advisor, which is Caitlin, or our academic advisor, which is Emily Fortin. It's a lot of great resources.
So what is Hadid Again Haas?
So at Hadi, we aid in cultural, social, and academic support, ranging through a pantry full of amazing snacks, coffee, refreshments, as well as essential hygiene products, some other products that some people may just need, pencils, rulers, school supplies. You come into Hadi, you see a great space to do homework, maybe relax, watch a movie, just hang out by yourself.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what support services do you offer?
So we offer loads of supports for Indigenous and non-Indigenous students. When going through the supports that anybody can use, we have amazing lunch and learns where we actually have the Student Success Center come in and they teach something, whether it's how to create a study organizer or how to create a weekly guide or how to time manage. And they put on these amazing lunch and learns that you're able to spend 40 minutes on and learn, and then afterwards get a nice voucher to get a meal.
So what kind of events do you put on at Hadid Again Haas?
At Hadid Again Haas, some events that we've put on in the past are Red Dress Day or Red Dress Week, Orange Shirt Day, as well as Powwow, which just passed January 16th. It was an amazing event, and hopefully everyone was able to come. If not, next year.
Nice. And where is your office located?
We're located in Thistle 145, which is to the back left of Market if you're looking at Starbucks.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. So do you want to start by introducing yourself and your role at Faith and Life Center?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Zach DeBrine. I'm a chaplain and the manager of Faith and Life Center. And I manage both the space of the Faith and Life Center and then all the spiritual and religious programming for students and faculty and staff at Brock.
Cool. So what is the Faith and Life Center for?
Yeah, so I think that this is something that gets often misunderstood, particularly because the name faith is a part of it. But the Faith and Life Center is just a space for students. So we're open at 8 a.m. on Mondays through Thursdays, and we close around 5. And during that time, we're just open. for students to access however they need that to be. So we have free coffee and tea, and we have an open space for studying. During that time, you'll see students participating in some of their religious and spiritual studies that might be directed by a chaplain such as myself or some of our religious and spiritual BUSU clubs. But it's just a peaceful space out in the back of campus in the Bruce Trail that's for all students, not just for students of faith, but if you have life, you're also invited to be there.
Nice. So what are some reasons a student might want to access the Faith and Life Center?
So I think most basically just a place to study. We have a lot of wall plugs and there's a lot of spots to sit. So it kind of functions as a student center in some ways for some folks. Secondly, if you identify as spiritual, religious, or you're exploring some of those things for yourself, we have a team of chaplains. Chaplain is just a fancy term for someone with a religious office. So I myself am a pastor. We have a priest and an imam, and in the past we've had other religious representation, but it kind of comes and goes. But students can come and seek spiritual direction from us. So if you identify with a religious or spiritual identity, you can come and meet with us one-on-one. Sometimes you need counseling or spiritual counseling and direction. We are not counselors, but we'll provide space to listen and ask some of those questions. And then also we have studies, so small groups, discussion groups. I think we had just over 300 Experience BU events this semester. So
wow.
There are lots of opportunities to get connected and get involved literally every day and every night of the week except Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would a student access the Faith and Life Center?
So that's probably the trickiest question, in part because of our location. So most folks, you come to Brock for 4 years and you don't necessarily know where we are. So if you're in the market and you're facing the forest, so north, you just go right out the 2 sets of doors and there's a building along a concrete path set in the woods, and that's the Faith and Life Center. So you can access it, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's open. On Friday we have Juma. Friday mornings, which is Muslim prayer, so that takes place in the space as well. But it's always open and accessible, and when that space isn't open and accessible, there's also a space called the Rita Welsh Meditation Center, which is in the Mackenzie Chown. So just up the stairs by the Tim Hortons on the left, there's Sankey Chambers in the back, and then right before that is the Rita Welsh Meditation Center, and that's open if the campus is open. And so that's a space of quiet prayer and reflection. If you need space to take a deep breath and disconnect from the busyness of campus, that's open always as well.
Wow, even I didn't know about the meditation center. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.